So I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube talking about how college is an evil death scam, how it's just completely a death camp, and it is completely a waste of time. But remember one thing, okay? I'm not denying that college is a scam, but it's a scam as far as the cost goes, okay? If the cost is subsidized, and if the cost of college didn't increase 900% compared to 120% of average American income since 1978, college would be a worth it avenue. But obviously right now it's not. But that does not mean it is worthless. Because remember this, even in bad economy, a place like Google, a place like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, any kind of institute is really going to look for somebody with a bachelor's degree as a basic grounds for considering hiring somebody. Okay, but look at another scenario. Let's say if U.S. economy collapsed, nobody's even hiring like a PhD or MBA. Guess what the power you have with a bachelor's degree, at least with a bachelor's degree, if not MBA, is you're able to go outside of this country and work. You have that power. Also, you have the power, that an option at any point of your life to get a graduate degree. But right now, because this student loan scam of Sallie Mae is happening ever since the government got involved, I say you wait till this education bubble collapses. And trust me, it's going to collapse very soon. It's going to collapse in the next 7 to 8 months, if not sooner. And when it does, the prices will come down. The educational fees all over the country will come down. But for right now, if you do not want to go through this 4-year of university environment, go to a community college. Community college is the most untapped resource in the United States, and it's the most underrated part of the educational system. So go to the community college. While you're doing that, you watch the educational system is going to collapse, and your $30,000-$40,000 bachelor's degree will come down to 15 and 20. Pretty much this is what it's coming down to. This is just like a housing bubble, the dot-com bubble. Okay, but don't discount education, because that's the power that I'm kind of have really realized when I sat back and looked at things, is that if somebody who doesn't have a college degree can't really just say, okay, that's it, I'm going to leave the country and go work. Go work and do what? Even if you have, let's say, an MBA and you're not working in your field, you're working at some retail job, okay, that's fine, because you have the power to go outside of the country and present yourself as a grad student, okay? Also, another thing, when people say that, oh, I graduated in this, but now I'm working in this, I never used my degree. But guess what? You even just graduating from a certain degree helps you to work in a completely different field, which I know would have required a degree for you to do that. People get psychology degrees. That doesn't mean you're just going to go and listen to people talk about their problem. No. Most people with psychology degrees are working at Google's, advising on product development, advising on marketing. So there's all sorts of these avenues there, but is it a scam? Yes. It's a completely dead scam. But that's why you go take a government grants and you go to community college, and then you pay less amount to go to a university. So I hope this helped, and I hope this kind of gives a very, very logical perspective on all these videos that are coming up on college is a scam, that documentary that just came out, because that documentary is completely a commercial for metal investments like gold and silver. That's what that documentary is. And a lot of people buy into it and they'll drop out of college and all that. No. If you can't afford to go to college, if you know you're going to be in 6 figures, that's just with a bachelor's degree, yeah, it's not worth it. But go through a 2-year community college, okay, or go to a vocational school, because you having that worthless piece of paper that you think is actually your ticket to finding some sort of employment, even in the bad jobs. Because remember, the unemployment rate of people with degrees is 5% compared to 9% of unemployment. under people without degrees. So it's half of what the actual employment rate is. And also to think that the collapsing dollar and economy will not recover, you seriously are just coming into politics then. Because they played the same game during Clinton time. They played the same game, debt ceiling and all the collapsing dollar news by the mainstream media, conservative media, blah blah blah, during Reagan time. Every single political decade goes through this. It's only that the fresh people like us are entering this, and we're taking sides with the Tea Party or discounting Obama. You know what Obama should have done? He should have actually given 1.5 trillion dollars into the economy to really get it going. He just undermined the economy and only gave 700 billion, which didn't do too much. Okay, he actually should have given more. And devaluing the dollar doesn't mean anything. Okay, even if the dollar is devaluated, what do you care? It's the other countries will be then giving you the manufacturing jobs. Okay, the devaluation of a dollar, this kind of bullshit media debacle, has nothing to do with how much you're worth. Okay, these games have been played throughout history, and they are going to be played in the future. So I hope this video helped. But do consider college. Thank you.